Hey, babies. What's up, my darling MVPs, and how you all doing? Welcome back to Sail with Mimiciously Mimi, where you get the gist. I see they do it in. I see they hearts. Of course, you know there is no sleeping on a bicycle on this channel. If you snooze, you do well. You lose. Are you yet to subscribe to this channel? Or are you still sitting on a fat, long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist brewing from the cooking pot? Like, how do you want to get the gist? I see they heart. So guys, today, like the house, a lot has been happening, and I want us to just have a little conversation regarding that. There are some lapses on Biggie's end that I actually observed today. We're still going to be talking about that. So some of your faves actually did their own diary session today. Wanni X Handi, Nelita, Badiwe twins, and Checkers, and then the better pair. They did their diary session today. So in each of the diary session, I'm not going to speak deep about that, right? Because I actually have convo about each of those peeps to discuss with you guys. For the Nelita pair, they are really not happy, right? They are really having issue with their ships. Yes, the ships that is actually people's choice. Like, people love the Anita and Tofa ship. They've not been talking to since yesterday. For Nelly, she said she no do again with Suj, that he's so clingy. And then Biggie was like, are you sure you do not also possess this characteristics that you're actually pouring out on Suj? I'm not looking at Nelly, who is saying Suj is clingy. Is it not the same Nelly who was actually complaining of being left out during the party? And for Anita felt like Tofa ignored her when she was by herself going through it. She said she felt alone in the house. We'll talk more about this peeps. For the Checkers, Onyeka's own is no more than jet ski. Like this, I think this is their first diary session that there was no tears at all. It was all fun. To the extent Biggie said it may seem as though she brought her jet ski to the diary room. She said right now Ebuka has reviewed her jet ski. Right now she has a horse. That whichever ways, that's all is for the vibe, because there is nothing to do in this house. Like everything she does is for the vibe. For Wanni X Handi, my energetic queen, oh my god, they are my fave when it comes to diary session. I'm very sure if you've been following this channel, you will know about that by now. Like their diary session is always interesting, so they actually displayed like they usually do. They spoke about how Chinwe gifted them, but how everything started going sour. They said a whole lot. They wanted to speak about Ben. Talking about Ben, right? I don't know how this is here, but they wanted to speak about Ben because Wanni was like yesterday was really not cool for her, that Ben this, Ben that, But after their diary session, Big Brother said to Handi, we would revisit your matter later. These were the lapses. I'm coming to those lapses I'm telling you guys from Biggie's end. Then when it goes to Ben's turn, they also spoke something, and then TJ said something about Big Brother calling Ben in the diary room yesterday that actually got them worried. So does it mean that Biggie is trying to handle this matter in the absence of the viewers, which is not done anyways? Because I don't understand where this is coming from. Because if you noticed yesterday night, if you followed back, they had a lush task yesterday night, which the Radicals emerged the winner, right? And afterwards, the housemates had games. Better pair were not present when they were playing that game. People were perturbed. People were disturbed. They're like, what is going on? How come TJ and Ben, who loves games so much, is not there when the housemates were playing game? Some people were thinking, oh, is something going on? It may seem as though it was that period Biggie called Ben to the diary room. I don't know what the conversation is all about, because the way TJ said it in the diary room and Biggie called Ben for conversation, something like that, and it may seem as though the conversation put them down. that actually made them to be in their mood. Even Wanni said in her own diary session that though she had conversation with with Ben, but yes, she feels something off about Ben. Like that yesterday was really a tough one for them. And if you notice yesterday too, the camera was really not on the girls and on the Ben them. Like anywhere the conversation is trying to take place, the camera seems to avoid it. If you're quite observant, you would notice that very well. I just love this show because it's a transparent reality TV show, but they should just make sure they don't start, doing some kurukere movement. They should come out in the open, show clip if required, address this publicly, because we the viewers, we need some explanation. We need to understand, because if you go to the social space, it's just filled up about this thingy, about Ben, what is going on? Big brother, explain this. Biggie, you are not being transparent. All of those kind of talks. So we really hope Biggie would address it. But meanwhile, if it is something Biggie really wanted to address, right, they would have addressed it by now. There is no need for all this back and forth. They would have addressed it by now. So I think maybe it's something he really do not want to address, And some people who were actually comparing Handi and Mayor's thingy with this one, guys, there is no way these two are close. Sometimes take your starship thinking backward and reason forward, because guys, come on. It is not the same no matter how you try to place it. Whichever way Biggie wants to handle this, I hope there is clarity for the viewers. So guys, let me start from the people I started this video from, which is the Nelita pair, right? The Nelita and the Aces are having their ish brouhaha. They're trying to resolve. They tried resolving it last night. Nelly and Suja, the other end, Anita and Tofar. For Nelly, I think what started off that of Nelly and Suj, because Suj asked about genotype. I think the question of genotype really got Nelly. I don't know why it got to her that way. For Tofar, Anita already reviewed that it was because of she was going through her own moment upstairs. She stayed alone like 30 minutes, but she could hear Tofar's voice laughing around downstairs, meaning that it's given she does not have anybody who really care. And the same Tofar now was even having conversation with the Mbadiwe twins, that Anita, see what Anita said, because Toffa had conversation with Nelly to get to know what's up, and then Nelly revealed to Toffa what it is, because Biggie asked them in the diary room. And now Toffa was trying to explain to them Badiwe twins on how things is going, and also how Ben is also playing a role in his relationship. So Ozee was asking him that, does he find it, is he uncomfortable with it? Is he not comfortable with the situation? And then he revealed with not really, but at the same time, there are some things Ben do in a haste. Before him as the boyfriend would want to do it, Ben has done it. So they were just discussing about the triangle between Ben, Anita, and Tofar. And Tofar also felt like for Ebuka to have asked about the meat thinking, about Ben giving meat between Chizoba and Anita, So Tofar said, I think they've actually perceived this in a different kind of way from the outside, hence why that question, that sometimes Anita would dress up and come out before he could actually, admire her, hype her. Ben has done it. Sometimes he will be working with Anita, Ben would just come and drag her out and say, Anita, I want to talk to you. But Ozee was advising Tofar to address Ben. But I do not think Tofa is even ready to actually do that, And also, Ozee said, used his own and Chizoba for an instance, that to him, he does not feel he's making anybody uncomfortable, when it comes to Ben and Chizoba. Guys, it's just a lot there. Let's also talk about another one, the checkers, It's giving Ozee does not want to remove his mouth with Onyeka's name. It used to be Onyeka's turn about this ship thingy, but right now Ozee has been, talking about they know I have a woman outside, this one, that one. Even during their diary session, he did tell Big Brother that there is nothing like a triangle there, that they are just friends and they are just creating narrative that is not there. That in fact Ozee just carried Onyeka on his head, because Onyeka has been giving him a kind of attitude, and I think it's also getting to him, because right now he said she's selling out narrative, knowing that I have my madam, knowing that I have my baby outside. I'm like, yo, baby boy, you're not acting like there was no time you actually made this girl feel like, yes, there is something going on. Because right now it's Onyeka this, Onyeka that. Even Victoria, there is nothing in there. I think they said they're trying to make Onyeka jealous because of Victoria, with true Victoria. Like, netizens have been asking that why is Ozee taking this Onyeka's name from left, right, and center. So netizens right now are calling on Ebuka to actually ask Ozee why it's been about Onyeka, Onyeka, Onyeka all through. Like, what is going on? Like, if you think you two do not like the girl, so you say, why are you now using her name around everything? Onyeka this, Onyeka that. You keep telling people who cares to listen about her. Maybe you're expecting them to go tell her or whatnot. So guys, one of the thinking going on right now in Biggie's house is about Ozee, Onyeka Bruhaha, the Nelita, and the ACs, As I'm even speaking to you guys, it may seem as though I muted my TV, but Anita and Tofa are actually having conversations. Let's see how that would actually get to. Now let's talk about the Wanni and Handi pair and Shaun, what Shaun was telling them today. But before I talk about that, TJ noticed that they have been called. And he was asking his pair, that is Ben, that why do you think Wanni has been called of recent, blah, 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 in the house? Or do you think it's because of the felt like the people that are their enemies are no longer in the house and yet they got nominated, So Ben was like, he doesn't know where that mood is coming from, But I think the word, they said because she has been kind of cold, not just to them, but to the house. But I think one of the reasons why Wanni has been feeling that way is because of what transpired between Ben and Handi. Now, let's talk about the conversation that was held at the HOH condo with Shaun and his two wives, So Shaun was telling them about Onyeka. Omo Hichoko. Shebi is the Shaun and Onyeka ship people have been hyping. Shaun told Wanni that Onyeka still feels uncomfortable, that Onyeka told him that she is still uncomfortable having conversation with him, that she's since ever since Wanni felt that kind of way, that she has still been uncomfortable. So Shaun was telling Wanni to be careful with people she easily makes friends with, because you notice Wanni has been all over Onyeka, telling her some things and whatnot, and Wanni was like, Handi even told me that, why am I being comfortable with this babe? So Shaun was like, she should be careful with whom she's trying to call friend. I'm like, yo, Shaun, is Onyeka not your babe anymore? The babe you're saying that you can even not, you can't just place your friendship first with her, then let you and Wanni ship just go. Now is the person you're talking about like this. What are you trying to creating among the two ladies? Any which ways, guys, you all have seen that it's all about Onyeka, Onyeka, Onyeka. But baby girl still pin full grass. She said, you see this jet ski, I will use it to enter ships. Onyeka, oh my god, that girl. I think she's the drama we needed in the house. Though most times I see her like she does not have the heart of a person who is trying to play this kind of gameplay. No be small thing she go begin cry. I hope she would not succumb. Okay, coming from heels, let's not lie, let's not steal. Ozee led Onyeka on with the touches, kisses, and even compliments. You don't make all these moves and suddenly say she's been delusional. I think I accept that part too. Renny Zion says small attention Ozee gave Asabalinus Onyeka with little pecks after she advertised her body. Now wow, so hard for Ozee. She thought she finally got the sheep she had been looking for. Ozee said, not yet. I am just your brother, my guy. Wahala just be like bicycle. Anyways, guys, you tell me, with all of the situationship happening in the house, have your say. I'm all ears. Let's operate in the comment section. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Bye for now, babies.